Hey there, YouTube. Medwitch here. A while back ago, I got uh, I got this thing on Facebook when I was still on Facebook, and I just thought I'd share it with you as soon as I can find the damn thing. But to be completely and totally honest, I don't know if it's real or fake. There's theories that it is fake, but these this has been going on. This happened a few years back, uh, and there has been no word to the contrary that it is real or fake. There just wasn't any word in. I'm starting to think that these were real, just for the fact that, and I've done my research. I've looked. There's things saying that it is a hoax, but there's nothing proving that it's a hoax. Not even uh, owners of these billboards. Well, I only got one, but as I was doing my research, I found 20 other cases of this happening. This is the Assembly of God, River, River, River Rest. I don't know. It's really small on my phone. River Rest Christian School. It says a free thinker is Satan's slave. Just so you know, I'm telling you the truth. A free thinker is Satan's slave. Well, as I was doing my research, I also came across um, some arguments that Christians made about free will. That God has given us free will. That God, in order to be happy, we need free will. And since God is all loving, that He gave us free will so we will be able to make our choices. Well, there's also you guys saying that, and this is Christians as a whole. I'm not talking about just like one specific group. I'm talking about as a whole, that God is all knowing. Meaning that He knows everything, past, present, and future. He knows everything. And Christians even say this too. He knows what's going to happen. He knows what has happened, what will happen, or what is happening. Well, if He knows what's going to happen, for instance, if He knows that today I'm going to eat an apple, I have to eat that apple. I don't have that free will to eat that apple. Actually, now I kind of want an apple. But what if, so in that sense, yeah, I don't have the free will to choose what I want to eat. It's it's already known what I'm going to eat today and tomorrow and 20 years from now. I'll be lucky to live that long. Don't start smoking, kids. Do as I say, not as I do. Oh, sorry, that's me being a Christian. I'm sorry. I'm not apologizing for that last statement. I'm apologizing for the hypocrisy. Kids don't smoke. Stay in school. But now if I had free will, I would be able to choose between an apple and an orange. I'd be able to choose which one I want. But that means God's not all knowing. And more than a few times, like throughout the whole entire Bible, God has admitted to not knowing everything. He regrets doing a lot of things. Why would you regret doing something if you already know that that's how it was going to turn out to begin with? If you know that's how it was going to turn out, why did you do it? I mean, that's just not logical. For instance, the story of Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden, in the tree of knowledge of good and evil. Now, I know I probably said this in another one of my videos, but I want to say it again. It wasn't the snake's fault. It wasn't God's fault. It really wasn't anybody's fault. Really. I mean, God said don't eat from it, which, as an authority figure, as a parent, you tell your kid not to do something, you expect them not to do it. Right? So, yes. But God knows everything. He knew that Eve was going to get seduced or was going to get led astray by the serpent. She would eat the fruit and then give some to Adam. So he knew this was going to happen, but yet he still punishes everyone. And the most severely punished was Eve. In my personal opinion, I mean, all he did to the serpent was take away his legs and made him eat mice or dust, whatever, and made people, especially women, hate snakes. Son of a bitch, that hurt. Fucking cherry just landed on my finger. Now, so he knew this was going to happen, but yet he still allowed it to happen, and he punished them. He knew what was going to happen. He basically said, "Here's the downfall of man. Have at it." That's what he did. So God was an extreme dick in that situation, if he knew everything, mind you. Now, yes, I do understand that, you tell your kid not to do something, don't do it. Just don't do it. You would expect your kid to listen to you. But we, as feeble-minded humans, don't know everything. We don't know what our kids are going to do. You can tell them not to smoke, but you know what? My mom told me not to smoke. Still smoke. I regret it, but it's whatever. It's my choice. Because, yeah, I do believe in free will. And that's why I'm arguing this. So, but the reason why your kids don't obey you is not because they're doing it in spite of you. It's because kids are curious. By nature, they're curious. They know nothing. Humans are by far the weakest and most dependent creature of the animal kingdom. And that's just how it is. But there's scientific reasoning behind that. Our brains are a lot more complex than those of other animals. And, that's why it takes us longer to be able to walk and to be able to fend for ourselves. Normally anywhere between, 14 and 20 years, depending on the capacity of that person. There are people out there who are forced to grow up a lot faster than they're capable of, and that's sad. But then there's also people out there who are just too dependent on their parents that they end up living in their basements, and that's sad too. But still, now this is the point I'm trying to get at, is that God does not know everything, so therefore you do have free will. God regrets a lot of things, which means he did not know that these things were going to happen. He didn't know that Eve was going to eat the fruit, and that's why he punished Adam and Eve and the snake. But really, the snake was telling the truth. They ended up learning good from evil, because at first they were frolicking around naked, and after they ate the fruit, they were like, "Holy shit, my junk's hanging out." And then I think they said they sewn figs together. So that in and of itself is an accomplishment, because needles back then were made primarily out of bone. So they had to kill an animal or something in order to do that. And then that's when, and God was like, "Well, where are you guys?" Well, if God knows everything and he's everywhere at once, then he would have known that they were hiding in the bushes someplace, because they were ashamed. I mean, you don't, you know, you're getting, okay, put it this way. Back when you were in like middle school or high school and you were getting ready for school, and your mom walks in on you, and all you got is a towel, or you're drying off or something after a shower, and your mom walks in on you, what do? You wrap that towel around, you're like, "Mom, what the fuck, get out." I mean, so yeah, that it is embarrassing for your parents to catch you naked. It is, even though they change your diaper for a fucking year or whatever. You know, it's still embarrassing. I don't care what anybody says. It's still embarrassing. Even as adults, it's just like, "Mom." I don't live with my mom. I actually live, you know, 6-7 hours away from my mom. So, Mom, if you're watching this, I love you. Hope you guys are doing good, and I hope you're enjoying my rants on this. Probably not, but still. Um. So yeah, Christians, explain to me how how is it that God is all knowing, but yet we still have the free will to do what we want? Remember, if God's all knowing, everything that's going to happen in your life is already planned out by God. He already knows what's going to happen, when it's going to happen, where it's going to happen, who it's going to happen with. You can't escape it. You have no choice but to do what God set out for you to do. None whatsoever. But if you have the choice to do whatever the hell you wanted, then God cannot be all knowing. So please, explain this to me logically down in the comment section below. If you like this video, please like, subscribe to my channel, and watch all my other videos. I do a lot of videos about this, and the reason why I bring up these subjects is because elsewhere on the internet, I'm getting a lot of hate right now, which I guess is a good thing. Haters be hating and it makes me famous. So, uh, I'm up to 10 subscribers. Uh, let's try to get that up a little bit more. I'm really happy about this. If you guys want to contact me personally and ask me any questions, you can contact me on my G+. Just go to my channel page, the About Me, and click onto the Google Plus, and follow me on Google Plus. Send me a private message. You follow me on Google Plus, I'll follow you right back. All right. As always, blessed be.